Hi, I'm Mark Brokaw and I'm the director of Heisenberg. Heisenberg is a play by Simon Stephens, and it's a play about two very lonely, isolated people who find each other in a very surprising way and who open each other up in a very remarkable way. What appealed to me about this play the first time I read it was it's about outsiders. I think I always am attracted to stories about people who live on the margins, who feel isolated, who are lonely, and who are trying to find a way to fit in some way. Heisenberg is a play that's made up of 6 scenes. And really, when I started working on it at the beginning, I started with the Heisenberg principle of uncertainty. And I think when Simon was writing it, he was writing a story about two people that when you meet them, you think they are a certain way, and you come to discover with each scene that they are not anything you thought they were. And their relationship transforms with each scene in a very surprising way. When we were looking at the play and how to present it physically, it felt important to me that it feel like these people were under a microscope, that we were sort of on top of them, looking down at them as if we were in a hospital operating theater. And that led us to thinking about the audience being on two sides. And the other thing that was most important, really even more important than that, was I wanted the spectator, when they came into the theater, to be sort of thrown off balance. I first worked with Mary-Louise Parker in 1997 on How I Learned to Drive, and then again in 2004 in this theater on Reckless by Craig Lucas. I love working with Mary-Louise because there's nobody else like her. Nobody else does what she does, how she does it. And also, the thing that's really extraordinary about her is she never stops working. You come to the last day, you're seeing the last show, and you go back to see her afterwards, and she opens the door and she says, "Any notes?" I think the most special thing about working on a new play is I always make the joke, the living author is in the room. And so when somebody asks a question, I'll say, well, let's ask our living author who happens to be in the room with us. If you're going to be a director, you have to collaborate. That's the thing you have to do with everybody. And the most important collaboration when you're working on a new play is with the author, and how that relationship develops and that kind of trust develops. And to me, there's nothing more special than that relationship and how that develops differently over the course of every project you work on. When I first started working on this play, the thing I wasn't expecting was, from the first performance when audience walked out, my discovery was that it was a feel-good play. You know, people walked out feeling hopeful in a way that I felt, but I didn't think that was going to really be the focus of the audience's experience. And I think that, it's about a man who is 75 and a woman who is in her early 40s, and who think that life in one way is over for them. And this other window is opened into their life, and they are able to experience things that they thought they were never going to have the chance to experience, and find a profound friendship that has been denied them for their entire life. And I think people find that very, very uplifting. I know I do.